Coming up today, protests continue in Hong Kong, and a new poll suggests President Trump might be in some trouble.
On the local front, one of the biggest churches in the area breaks ground 10 months after being devastated by a fire.
Abby Colvin will have a look at your weather.
And James Farrar has a new sports update. The Pepsi's News starts now.
From the studios at Bossier Parish Community College, this is Bipsy News.
Welcome into the Bipsy News. I'm Jilian Rogers.
And I'm Shaquille Jefferson. So let's take a look at what's going on around campus.
Since 1981, the American Humane Society has celebrated Adopt a Dog Month each October in an effort to help find loving forever homes for the estimated 3 to 4 million animals waiting in shelters to be adopted each year. In recognition of this, the Office of Student Life's next Caring Cavaliers event invites students to create dog toys using old donated t-shirts. The toys will then be donated to local animal shelters. The event takes place Tuesday, October 1st and Wednesday, October 2nd. Caring Cavaliers is a community service-driven event series sponsored by the Office of Student Life that provides students with opportunities to give back to the community.
The Rotaract Club of Bipsy has partnered with the Food Bank of Northwest Louisiana to create an emergency food pantry that will help serve Bipsy students who have food insecurities. The pantry will be open for the fall 2019 semester on Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. as well as on Fridays from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. and is located in Building D, Room 113. The pantry is free to those who are eligible, and for more information, contact Kelly McDade at 318-678-6324.
Bossier Parish Community College is teaming up with Willis Knighton and will be offering flu shots to faculty, staff, and students on Monday, October 14th. The shot is free with proof of insurance or $35 without insurance, and everyone must provide a picture ID.
The Bipsy Intramurals program sponsors an open rec time on Mondays and Wednesdays from 11:45 a.m. to 12:45 p.m. in the Bipsy Gym or Quad, depending on the weather. Free fun and games will be provided for all Bipsy students, faculty, and staff. Games and activities include basketball, volleyball, badminton, and relay racing, ping pong, video games, wiffle ball, and more. Students will need a valid Bipsy ID and must complete a health inquiry and waiver in order to participate.
Abby Colvin is coming up with a look at today's weather as we get another week started.
And later, SpaceX debuts a new rocket ship, so stay tuned.
This is Abby Colvin with Bipsy Weather, and we'll be back after the break.
I am protecting life on our planet.
Day by day, with every single thing I do.
I conserve the world's biggest forests.
I safeguard the rivers
and oceans.
I stand up for coral reefs,
rainforests,
tundras,
deserts,
and grasslands.
I work with communities in the Amazon,
the Arctic,
the Congo,
and the Himalayas.
I collaborate with the biggest companies on Earth
to make their processes and their products more sustainable.
I influence governments
to create policy that recognizes and respects
the importance of nature.
I give a voice to all animals who call Earth their home.
I'm protecting life on our planet.
But because I'm with WWF,
I am not doing it alone.
6,000 staff.
6 million members.
In over 100 countries.
For more than half a century.
Businesses,
foundations,
governments,
communities,
individuals,
and one iconic panda.
Together,
we are protecting life on our planet.
including our own.
Because together,
anything is possible.
This is Abby Coughlin, Bipsy Weather. Let's take a look at the current temperatures. In Marshall, it's 92. In Nacogdoches, it's 91. In Texarkana, it's 93. In Ruston, it's 95. In Minden, it's 96. And in Natchitoches, it's 94. Now let's head over to Bipsy. It's partly cloudy here with 94 degrees. The humidity is 79%. The dew point is 72 degrees. And the wind's coming in at south-southeast at 8 miles per hour. And the sun sets at 7:03 p.m. Now let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. On Tuesday, there's a 5% chance of rain with a high of 94 and a low of 72. Wednesday, there's also a 5% chance of rain with a high of 95 and a low of 74. Thursday, it's partly cloudy with a 30% chance of rain with a high of 92 and a low of 71. Friday, it's partly cloudy with a 15% chance of rain with a high of 88 and a low of 66. And Saturday, there's a high of 90 and a low of 69. This was Abby Colvin. Let's take it back to the news desk.
3 juveniles that escaped from the Acadiana Center for Youth last month are still on the run. Anthony Medingo, 14, and Dertavius Lewis, 15, both from Shreveport, and Kendall Aday, 16, from Carencro, all escaped back on August 27th. A bolo issued by law enforcement claims that Mendigo is wanted for armed robbery and simple burglary. He also pleaded guilty in February for his involvement in the killing of Lester McGee last November. Lewis is wanted for second-degree battery, possession of a handgun, and a battery of a correctional employee. Lede is also wanted for battery of a correctional employee as well as battery of a police officer. Anyone with information is encouraged to contact the authorities.
First Baptist Church in Bossier City was devastated by a fire 10 months ago, but spirits were high yesterday at the church as the church announced it was ready to begin a new chapter in its long history at a groundbreaking ceremony. The fire was the largest in Bossier City's history and impacted approximately 75% of the church's building along East Texas Street. First Bossier lost about 100,000 square feet of space in the fire and is building back about 71,000 square feet at a price tag of around $20 million. But for the people that call First Baptist home, including Louisiana Congressman Mike Johnson, you can't put a price tag on how the church has impacted the community.
Early voting for Louisiana's upcoming October 12th election opened the past Saturday. The biggest item on the ticket is whether or not Governor John Bel Edwards retains his office or is replaced by one of his 2 Republican challengers. Candidates are encouraging people to cast their votes early, with several college football games falling on Election Day, including the Florida Gators visiting the LSU Tigers in Baton Rouge. In any race where no candidates tops 50% in the main election, the top 2 vote-getters will have a runoff on November 16th.
A second deadly outbreak of Legionnaire's disease strikes the southeastern United States in as many months. The North Carolina Department of Public Health says the number of cases has doubled to 53. At least 1 person has died and 42 others have been hospitalized. This outbreak appears linked to water riots at the NC Mountain State Fair in Fletcher. Britt Conway explores the increase in cases in today's Health Minute.
Legionnaire's disease is on the rise. The CDC says the rate has increased 550% since 2000, and it could be worse than we know.
This is probably an underestimate because this is a little bit of a difficult disease to diagnose.
The disease is a serious lung infection caused by the Legionella bacteria, typically found in warm, fresh water like hot tubs, hot water tanks, and decorative fountains. It can also be found in shower heads and plumbing systems in large buildings. So what's causing the increase in cases?
I think it's largely because of increased recognition. That in combination with a potentially increased number of cases in complex plumbing, in buildings where the plumbing is neglected.
Symptoms can include severe coughing, muscle aches, fever, shortness of breath, and headaches. It typically can be treated with antibiotics, but people over the age of 50, those with weakened lungs or a weakened immune system, are at a greater risk. For today's Health Minute, I'm Britt Conway.
After the break, we'll have James Farrar with a new sports update.
And still to come, a legendary rock band is forced to cancel some tour dates. We'll have the details when we get back.
A rivalry game that isn't an actual rivalry anywhere else in the country had everyone in Shreveport-Bossier glued to their TVs Sunday night. We'll look at Saints versus Cowboys coming up after the break, so stay tuned.
In late August, Hurricane Harvey made landfall along the Texas coast. In early September, Hurricane Irma hit the U.S. Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, and Florida. Before Harvey and Irma even landed, preparations were underway to save homes, businesses, and lives. The American Red Cross was there. Throughout our response to both of these major hurricanes, we have provided nearly 1 million overnight stays in more than 900 shelters across Texas and Florida. Our work continues today and will for months to come, and the American people have been unfailingly generous. Thousands of volunteers have left their homes and families to provide 24/7 support to those in need, providing food, water, comfort, and hope. Our partners have stepped up to support our work again and again. To this, we say thank you. Those affected will recover and rebuild. And to that we say, the American Red Cross stands with you. As long as it takes, we will be there.
Bless you guys.
If your family is like most, the kitchen is your home's central gathering place. Now, homeowners are looking to enhance their kitchen's appeal with a timeless and transitional design that also makes a personal statement. A recent survey of top architects and designers found that when it comes to kitchens, neutrals win the game. The experts see this trend not only in paint choice and cabinetry, but in sinks as well. Meeting that need is a new Sil Granite sink color, Concrete Gray from Blanco. Clean, organic, and extremely balanced, the shade is at home in both urban and natural settings. Making it easier than ever to pick the best sink for your kitchen, Blanco offers an app that helps match sinks and countertops. You can even take a photo of a countertop to add it to the app and match the sinks to that selection. As for the kitchens of tomorrow, the designers predict smart appliances controlled by smartphones and an edgy technology-based look. Learn more at BlancoAmerica.com. Head lice? It's likely your child will be exposed to lice at some point. Don't freak out. A range of pesticide-free treatment and daily prevention solutions is available. If your child gets lice, Vamoose Lice Treatment's easy-to-apply mousse takes care of both lice and eggs. Vamoose kills lice by gut rupture and dehydration. It even kills super lice, which are resistant to pesticides and common OTC treatments. Vamoose kills nits before they hatch, so unlike products requiring a repeat treatment for hatching eggs, Vamoose works in one application.
Welcome back with today's Sports Update. I'm James Farrar. Through the first 3 weeks of the regular season, it's been fair to ask if the Dallas Cowboys have been the best team in the NFL. Well, if they were that going in, they certainly didn't look like it in last night's primetime matchup against the New Orleans Saints. Behind the league's third-ranked rushing attack, the Cowboys had averaged 179 yards weekly and had scored no less than 31 points in any game this year. But it was the Saints' defense holding Dallas to only 45 yards rushing and only 10 points that came out of New Orleans, looking like one of the league's top units. The Saints were led by Teddy Bridgewater again this week as starting quarterback Drew Brees looked on from the sidelines, still recovering. Bridgewater wasn't bad, but he wasn't really good either, throwing for only 193 yards and an interception as New Orleans failed to get into the end zone all night. It was 4 field goals from kicker Will Lutz that provided the scoring, while New Orleans took a page out of Dallas's normal playbook and controlled the time of possession, holding the ball for 36 minutes to only 24 for the Cowboys. The Saints' defense turned Dallas over 3 times in the night, 2 fumbles that were both recovered by safety Von Bell, and an interception of Dak Prescott Prescott on the final play of the game when the Cowboys quarterback came up short on a last-second Hail Mary attempt from midfield. Dallas will try and bounce back at home next week when they play host to Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers, who will have had an extra 3 days to prepare following their loss to the Eagles on Thursday Night Football. As for the Saints, they'll look to go 3-0 since losing Breeze when they open NFC South play at home next week against the suddenly hot Tampa Bay Buccaneers team that's won 2 games in a row and put up 55 points on the road against the defending NFC champion Rams on Sunday. That's all I have for you today, so let's go back over to the news desk.
Nearly 2/3 of Americans believe it is a very serious problem that President Trump encouraged Ukraine's president to dig up dirt on Joe Biden and Biden's son. A new ABC poll says 43% indicated Trump's actions pose a serious problem. Only 17% said they were surprised by Trump's actions. There has been a surge of support and an inquiry into Trump's actions after a whistleblower alleged a White House cover-up involving, among other things, a phone call with Ukraine's president. Trump denies doing any wrongdoing. There is no evidence of wrongdoing by either Joe or Hunter Biden.
Protesters and police are clashing in Wan Chai and Admiralty districts in Hong Kong on the sidelines of an unapproved march. Police once again used a water cannon equipped with blue dye outside of the legislative complex to clear people out on Harcourt Road, a flashpoint in recent weekends. In Admiralty, outside the Pacific Place Mall, protesters threw bricks at police from behind umbrella barricades. While police returned with tear gas. Tear gas was also fired in Wan Chai, where a small group of protesters vandalized the Wan Chai Mass Transit Railway Station. Before the march began, police had dispersed demonstrators in the shopping district of Causeway Bay with pepper spray and tear gas, but protesters later returned to begin the afternoon march, which peacefully moved west on the island towards central government offices with no agreed-upon endpoint.
SpaceX says it has developed the rocket ship that's going to carry people and cargo to the moon, Mars, and beyond. Elon Musk unveiled the Starship Saturday night in a live stream speech from the SpaceX launch facility in Texas. Musk says Starship is a reusable spacecraft capable of making interplanetary trips. The Starship and its Super Heavy booster is expected to be able to carry up to 100 people to the moon or other destinations in space or around Earth. SpaceX could test the new ship within the next few months. If all goes well, the company says people could start flying aboard the spacecraft as early as next year.
At least 6 homes were destroyed in a massive fire in the waterfront neighborhood of Surf City, North Carolina Sunday. Firefighters were alerted at 6 p.m. Eastern, and several agencies responded. There's no word yet on whether anyone was hurt or what caused the fire.
A sleeping octopus puts on a colorful show. A storm chaser gets a little too close to a tornado. That's all coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
Do octopuses dream? Amazing video of an octopus changing colors while it sleeps may offer an answer. The footage is from the new PBS documentary Octopus Making Contact. In it, a marine biologist suggests the animal's color may correspond with its dreams. Octopuses often change their skin color to evade predators or when hunting. However, the biologist says a color change this rapid is something he's never seen before. A frightening moment caught on camera in California when amateur storm chasers got a little too close for comfort to a tornado before speeding ahead of it. Go! Experts say tornadoes like this are weaker than Midwestern ones, but ultra rare for California. Alyssa Weatherby is on a roll. She may have just become the first person to log roll across the Mississippi River. I know what you're thinking. Log rolling is still a thing? You need to branch out more. Weatherby rolled the river from Port Byron, Illinois to LeClaire, Iowa. A timber sports athlete from Maine, she used a synthetic log and pulled it off with the aid of her family, who helped her keep her bearings. She finished in about 30 minutes and is reportedly the only person on record to attempt the feat.
And she's such a great role model.
Role model? Hey, her husband stole my pun. Why don't you stick to the sweet nothings there, guy?
She's my world champion.
There, that's more like it. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
We're going to take our final break now, but still to come, it's National Chewing Gum Day today.
And a look at what topped the box office this weekend. We'll be back after this.
Treating your asbestos disease means spending lots of time with doctors. Understand what they're saying with the free pocket-sized asbestos disease glossary that explains all the medical terms and the roles of the mesothelioma and lung cancer specialists involved in your care. Also, learn how to best pay for your significant medical expenses. Call Asbestos Lifeline today at 800-990-1650 or visit asbestoslifeline.com.
Here are some simple steps for a more restful sleep. Try to keep a regular sleep schedule so your body's internal clock is set to sleep through the night. Give yourself enough time to settle down and relax prior to bedtime so it's easier to fall asleep and stay asleep. Avoid caffeine and excess liquids in the evenings. Get plenty of exercise during the day so you feel tired at night.
When you're moving to a new home, 4 hints can help make the move smoother. First, get at least 3 free written in-home estimates from moving companies. Next, read your paperwork carefully. Once you've signed a contract, you've agreed to what it says about your move. Remember, communication is key. Make sure the mover has your cell phone number and you have the driver's name and truck number. Finally, consider a certified pro mover who meets the American Moving and Storage Association's high standards. Learn more at moving.org. Most homeowners know their heating, ventilation, and air conditioning systems should be clean to keep efficiency up and pollution down. Many, however, don't know how it's done. The most effective way to clean air ducts is to have a professional contractor use a powerful, specialized vacuum. While the vacuum draws air through the system, devices inserted into the ducts dislodge any debris stuck inside them. To find a professional cleaner nearby and to get a free homeowner's guide to air duct cleaning, go to breathingclean.com.
The best cancer care starts with the best cancer information. Cancer.net, the award-winning patient information website of the American Society of Clinical Oncology, empowers patients, families, and caregivers by providing timely, oncologist-approved information and resources right at their fingertips. Cancer.net offers comprehensive information on more than 120 types of cancer, side effects, coping, caregiving, clinical trials, and much more. Cancer.net also features a blog, videos, podcasts, and a mobile app. The site is designed to help people with cancer better understand the disease, from diagnosis and treatment through survivorship.
You could just rely on Cancer.net. It has very accurate information. It can give you hope. It's been a great resource.
For more information, visit Cancer.net and find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Cancer.net is supported by the Conquer Cancer Foundation.
Metallica's lead vocalist James Hetfield has re-entered rehab, and the band is postponing upcoming tour dates. Metallica made the announcement in a series of tweets on Friday, saying, "As most of you probably know, our brother James has been struggling with addiction on and off for many years. He has now, fortunately, had to re-enter a treatment program to work on his recovery again." Hetfield's struggle with addiction was shown in the 2004 documentary Some Kind of Monster. The canceled tour dates were scheduled for Australia and New Zealand. The group says all tickets will be fully refunded.
Abominable is topping this weekend's box office. The animated feature brought in more than $20 million for its debut weekend. Abominable tells the story of a young girl named Yi, voiced by Chloe Bennett, who takes an epic journey to reunite a Yeti named Everest with his family. Sliding into second this weekend was Downton Abbey with $14.5 million. Hustlers came in third, bringing in about $11 million.
Get smackin'. Monday is National Chewing Gum Day. You can mark the day by buying a pack of your favorite gum, share a piece, and post it to the social media hashtag Chewing Gum Day. Chewing gum goes back more than 5,000 years. It's been used for over the years for enjoyment, to deal with hunger, and as a breath freshener. Various early forms included tree bark, tar, sap resin, and wax. Gum has come a long way since then. The first commercial chewing gum came out in 1848. It went by the name the State of Maine Pure Spruce Gum, and a patent on chewing gum was filed in 1869. After Monday, if you can't wait a year for a gum-related day, there's Bubblegum Day on the first Friday of February.
Eddie Murphy turned out in Hollywood over the weekend for the premiere of his new movie. Rick Damigella has the story and more in the Hollywood Minute.
The movie is about
how Rudy Ray Moore is what he did in the 70s was extraordinary. I think his story is inspirational.
Eddie Murphy was in Hollywood this weekend celebrating his new movie, Dolomite Is My Name. The biopic stars Murphy as comedian, actor, and singer Rudy Ray Moore. The movie will have a limited theatrical engagement starting Friday before debuting on Netflix on October 25th. Murphy took a break from filming the sequel to Coming to America to attend the premiere.
We're halfway through right now. We're in the middle. We just came out for this, and we go back tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, and get back on it.
'Cause I don't need anyone, I don't need anyone, I just need everyone and then some.
Check out the latest song from Halsey. The Grammy-nominated singer released the music video for Clementine in celebration of her birthday over the weekend. The song comes from Halsey's forthcoming album Manic, slated to drop January 17th, 2020, with a world tour kicking off in February. Roger Waters plays the big screen. Trafalgar Releasing will screen the concert film Roger Waters' Us Plus Them for 2 nights only, this Wednesday and Sunday. The performance was filmed in Amsterdam during Waters' 2017-2018 tour and features music from Pink Floyd and solo material. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damagella.
Before we run out of time, we're going to get back with Abby Colvin for your last look at your outdoor weather.
This is Abby Colvin. Now let's take a look at the out-the-door weather. On Monday, it's partly cloudy with a high of 94 and a low of 72. Tuesday, there's a 5% chance of rain with a high of 94 and a low of 72. And Wednesday, there's a 5% chance of rain with a high of 95 and a low of 74. This was Abby Colvin. Let's take it back to the news desk.
Well, that's all the time we have for today. I'm Shaquille Jefferson.
And I'm Jillian Rogers. From everyone here at BIPC News, thank you for tuning in and wish you have a great day.